What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the morning movie chat, and I hope you're all having a very good day. Yes, a very, very good day, a very good morning. Anyway, hope you're all having a very good day. It's Monday, man. For me, I think this is like going into week number 2 here where we're supposed to be doing all the social distancing and things like that, and I'm not sure how you're all doing. I hope you're all doing well, though. World has all seemed to gone crazy, but that's okay. I mean, that's just the world, right? The world is indeed a crazy place, but I gotta tell you, missing my movie theaters, missing my new comics. I know I'm not the only one. Plenty of people out there feeling the exact same way. But how about you? How are you doing otherwise with no movies, no theaters, no new comics? How are things going for you? Please let me know down in the comments below. Now, what we're going to be getting in today is we're going to talk maybe about some Black Widow speculation and maybe a little bit more. All right? So we'll go ahead and get into that. But first, I do want to know how your weekend was. If you are working, getting out there into the world still and being able to actually work. Are you one of the people on the front lines? Are you working in a hospital? Are you working at the grocery store? Grocery stores are all of a sudden there are newfound heroes. You know what I mean? Um, so and that's a good thing though. Like people are finally starting to realize. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Sorry about that. For whatever reason, that yeah, there we go. We should be live now. For whatever reason, when I uploaded this thing, it went on as unlisted. But it looks like we're good to go now. Okay, so hopefully people will be here getting on here into the chat. And I'm sure, yeah, people will start trickling in. But thank you guys. Again, I hope you're having a good weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. If you guys weren't here on the channel, we did do the comic show on Saturday with Dylan from Dylan's Comics and Chris from Chaos and Comics. We got together and talked about some comic books. Rod the Rican. If you don't know Rod the Rican from Just a Rican and his comics, ended up coming on the show for about I don't know. He was there for about 10, 15 minutes. It was nice to get Rod on the show. I need to reach out to him and get him on the show more. Plus, just some of my other comic book brethren need to get here on the show where we're talking about some stuff. Mike Porter, thank you so much for being here. Guys, yeah, sorry, I was going for a few minutes, and I realized that I had the stream set up as private, not public. But yeah, so I got some, oh man, where did I put it at? For the weekend, I've been slacking on my comic book reviews, but I did finally get through issue number 5 of Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated. Very good book, very hilarious. I don't like the way this ended, man. It was a good book though. It was a good book. Don't get me wrong. It was a good book. I don't like the way it ended just because it just seemed like it happened too abruptly. But I also get it too. I want to go through and reread the whole series before I go and do a review for issue number 5 here. Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated there on Aftershock Comics. Great stuff, great stuff. So I got that done. Look forward to some reviews coming up. We'll be talking a little bit more about that, and then I've got this one right here that I got that I picked up. This is a trade paperback called Last Stop. See, what this one was it was a book that it was on Scout Comics. It started off with this thing. It's a thing they're doing called Nonstop, where they actually go through and they premiere a first issue, and they give you like a preview of the book, and this is it, $3.99, and then a few months later they put out the full trade paperback. Well, this came out I think the last week that I got comics. And started reading through this. Now, this book isn't for everybody, I could tell you that. I thought it was pretty hilarious. What I ended up getting this one for is because it's very funny. It kind of reminds me of, say, like, it seems like it's very, I wouldn't say a Marvel ripoff, but it's kind of playing on a lot of those tropes as well as like action tropes from like maybe the 80s and 90s. There's this organization called Fist that is very reminds me of Shield. There is the guy in here. His insignia almost looks like Punisher, but he's I don't know. He's different. He's almost like Wolverine, but without claws. I mean, his bones heal. He's pretty indestructible. As a matter of fact, they call him unstoppable. It's very funny, and he ends up coming across a bad guy that kicks his ass, and then he has to go through and go through and track down the bad guy. But it's interesting who the person who kicks his ass is. He ends up knowing. I guess you could say that. Very interesting stuff, though. I haven't got all the way through this, but I thought it was interesting because this right here. Is all set in here too. They said it was a world premiere. This is like the preview, and this was it. Like I almost kind of wish this wasn't in here. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I guess you almost kind of expect it too. I guess you don't want to leave the readers who didn't get in on that world's premiere to not know what's coming up in the book. But anyway, yeah, today, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into some Black Widow speculation. Just here over the weekend recently, I was watching, I'm not sure if you guys watch E-Man's movie reviews. You should go check him out. Good channel. I know Russell here in the Wu-Tang Wells there, he definitely watches him. I know that. But I was watching some of his videos this weekend, and he did this Black Widow one that I thought was very interesting. And I was like, I agree with some of the things he's saying. And it also made me think about some other things with the Black Widow movie getting ready to come out. But let's see who all we got here. We got Mike Porter here. Thank you for being here. Mike Rogers, thank you so much for being here, my brother. How you doing? XR Coon says, what's up? Maverick Pilgrim is in the house. Lord Callus TV, my brother, says salute. Good morning, chat. Hope all is going well with you, Callus. In case you guys don't know, you should definitely make sure, if you like Star Wars and you like your Star Wars lore, and you want somebody who loves Star Wars and knows what they're talking about, check out my brother Lord Callus TV. Make sure you guys go check him out. Captain Pennsylvania says, haven't seen in days, man. I know. Where you been? Where you been, Cap? You missed this on Saturday, I think. And then on Friday, I think you said you work evenings, or maybe it's just late for you because you're out on the East Coast when I do the Trailer Park Live on Fridays. Drum and Company, thank you so much for being here. Says Asa family. Thanks for being here, man. Maverick Pilgrim says can't stay but have a great stream. Thank you, Maverick. And yeah, it'll be here for you to watch later. Wayne White, thank you so much for being here. Ooh, Wayne, when's BlazeCon, bruh? When's BlazeCon? Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Josh from the Dinner Nerds sent me. Sorta. Yeah. I heard him on stream. It was funny is right when he asked, I was getting ready to start the stream up, and it was on. I had it on private. I had it or unlisted. And I was sitting here talking to myself for a minute. I'm like, oh man, wait a second. I forgot it was on unlisted. But thanks for being here. Stormbreaker, thank you so much for being here. Burke the Nerd says, Raid! Thank you for being here. How many issues? Well, the last stop... if you're talking about Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated, that one was 5 issues. 5-issue series. It's kind of funny. Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated is like a... It's a retail... It's like taking place in a near future. A dystopian type future. In a retail environment in which there is a loss prevention specialist who is out there to bust the bad guys, and they're highly trained specialists. Very good stuff. It's pretty hilarious. I do gotta read. I want to go through and reread it before I do my review for issue 5, because issue 5 it was pretty good. It was pretty good. A lot of the action and things that happen in it. And then Last Stop, yeah, it's a trade paperback, so I don't know how many pages that one is, but yeah, it's good. Josh was right about you having a super. It's just because I'm working out right now. I'm telling you, when here in a couple months, it'll be full on cycling season. I'm gonna end up dropping a lot of weight, and I'm gonna be all skinny, so I can be riding my bicycle fast up some mountains, or about as fast as a fat boy like me can go up mountains. Muscles don't help you on a bicycle. Not big arm muscles anyway. Big chest muscles and, big leg muscles and a big heart muscle is about all you need. But thank you so much for being here, XR. LB says, I am here. Well, thank you so much for being here, LB. Gosh, and you know what? I caught a little bit of your wrestling stream yesterday. A little bit of it. There was a lot of things going on yesterday at that time. A lot of people streaming. Denim Nerds Live, thank you so much for being here. It says, yo. Anthony Manzano says, Trinity, if Kevin Feige decides to bring the X-Men into the MCU, I think you should use Laura Kinney as a leader. of the team in the movie instead of Logan. What are your opinions? I think um, if Kevin Feige decides to bring the X-Men into the MCU, I think they should use Laura Kinney as a leader of the team in the movie instead of Logan. Um, I wouldn't mind that. Like I don't mind Laura Kinney. I don't mind the X-23 stuff. The stuff that I read of it was actually pretty good. Now I can tell you that's gonna. The problem is that's gonna make a lot of people mad. It's gonna make a lot of people mad bringing her in first without bringing in Logan as Wolverine. However, however, I will say that's certainly a different take. And as much as it might hurt them, it might help them too. And I'll tell you why. Because the reason it's gonna hurt is because everybody's gonna be all mad. Marvel's woke, all those things. That's what it's gonna be. Line skipping and all that stuff. Hey, and you know what? I somewhat agree with that. What I like about that is that Logan has been done to death, right? James Howlett. I mean, he was the one that. Here, let me. Sorry about this, guys. It's gonna make a little noise on you. He was the one that they just went too Logan centric in the original Fox X-Men. They went too heavily on it, and I get it. He's one of Marvel's most popular characters, one of the most popular X-Men. He's one of my favorites, certainly. A lot of people love Wolverine, so the movie takes off. He did good. Wolverine. Hugh Jackman he's a great actor. He was just coming up in those times too. You realize how old Hugh Jackman was? God, what was he? 28 when he took the role. I think he was like probably maybe about 29, 30 when they started filming, and he did the role for a long time. And it just all happened to take off right at the same time. So they really went Logan centric with that whole X-Men thing, and I do think they need to steer clear of that a little bit, like taking it like overly over the top with all the Wolverine stuff. And honestly, that might actually be a good idea. I mean, they could bring in Laura Kinney, say, bring her in leading the team, and maybe and that's only happening maybe because we didn't realize that Wolverine was out there, and then they bring in Wolverine. So it's kind of like a preemptive, like here's your introduction to who Wolverine is through X-23, and then you bring in Wolverine later and be like, okay, well here's who she was cloned after this dude, and this dude has been around, and maybe who knows. They could do something, but I mean, I like X-23, but I mean, obviously, I think everybody wants to see classic Logan, Wolverine, James Howlett. I think we all want to see that. I think most people do. But I don't have any problems with that. I'm not. I'm not against. I'm not against some of those characters like that. Like I said, I've read some of the X-23 stuff, and I did like it. I thought it was okay. Wayne White says, yo, yo, yo. Phil Ailing, thank you so much for being here. Wu-Ting Will says, are we somewhere new? No. Same place. Just kind of rearranging the room a little bit. Things with my business have, allowed me to move things around here and here a little bit, I guess you could say. Cyclops leads the X-Men. Yeah. Yeah, certainly, yeah. Cyclops is and hopefully they do Cyclops right. And you know what's sad is I think James Marsden was the perfect guy for a Cyclops. I mean, sure, he didn't have like the big superhero build. He wasn't tall and wasn't all super muscular, but I think James Marsden was the right guy for Cyclops. It was just Brian's Singer Cyclops. That was the only issue. Two Brothers Comics, thank you so much for being here. Wayne White says, I think some of you followed me here. I think they did. Thanks for bringing them in here, Wayne. I'm kidding. I know Josh sent everybody here. Thank you all for being here. Creepy Stalkers. Cap says, F Wolverine. Oh man. Thank you and welcome to the show where I fall behind on the chat. New studio setup I like, says Fanjexture. Yeah, moving things around right now, it's all kind of It's all just moving around a little bit. Jean Grey leads the X-Men. Yeah, that'd be fine too. I mean, really, I mean, a lot of it, especially like right now with what's going on in the comics, it kind of depends on what team you're talking about to who's leading them, to be honest. Bunny Rabbit doll is a nice touch. You like that Bunny Rabbit doll? Yeah, heck yeah. Well, is that Bunny Rabbit or is that Olaf? I think it's Olaf. It might be Olaf that you're looking at up there. It might be Olaf. I don't know, man. Cyclops is a cock. Oh man, especially right now, dude, in the comics. Cyclops allows Jean to think she leads. We know though. Yes, E-Man is a good dude. Yeah, he is. I'm supposed to be around friends. His Black Widow video is dope. Highly recommend you all check it out. Yeah, definitely, it was good. Renee Ramon, thank you so much for being here. Josh Mason, second best leader in Marvel. Scott Summers. Who's the first? Cap, who's the first? Sylvester M, thank you for being here. I think I found a new channel to follow. We can BlazeCon anytime, brother. Nice. Wayne, don't get him started. Aggressively says every day is BlazeCon. Absolutely, it was hell. I think we were kind of warming up here on the channel for BlazeCon before the show. Yeah, I think that's what was going on. Let's see. Crazy Comic Song 2 Crazy. Yo, what's up, everyone? That's a great name too. Crazy Guy Comic Song 2 Crazy. Love it. Wayne says hashtag bicycle life. Yeah. I got my road bike there. Yeah. Whiskey Steals and Tumbleweeds, thank you for being here. 27 watching. Hit that like button. We're at 15 likes right now. Thank you so much, Brother Lord Callus. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I always forget about those kinds of things, you know? Because sometimes I always kind of think that, don't we all know to do that? But you know what? Honestly, I forget a lot of times too, and people need to retell me. Kinsey. Did I say that right? Is it Kinsey or Kinsey? Man, I'm sure I'm butchering it. Says, does X-23 have any leadership qualities? Well, the qualities, yes, because I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, she's obviously cloned after Wolverine, so that's the leadership qualities. But even like Wolverine has the leadership qualities, but is he a leader? Absolutely not. He don't want to lead a team. Could he? Absolutely. He don't want to though. That's not him. He wants to be the loner, even though people knows he knows that people will follow him and they'll listen and all that stuff. He'll always be the reluctant leader if he ever takes a leadership role. If you ask me, I could be wrong, but not like Captain America, no. But I think she is a little like, I know lately in the comics, like here in the comics here lately, they've had her do some of that, where she's kind of actually been a leader of a team and helped lead them. So she has the qualities, whether they just put those in there. But she was also being under the tutelage of Psylocke also. So a little bit of, people can be taught things like that. But of course, still being a natural born leader is one of the best things. I think I would add to Wolverine's. I think it would add to Wolverine's hype. Yeah, I think it would. I mean, it would, especially because if they put X-23 in there, you kind of get it. Like everyone's. And here's the thing: is everybody's gonna be mad, so it's gonna bring attention to it. Everybody's gonna be mad, and then they're gonna bring Wolverine, like actually James Howlett and Logan. They're going to bring him in, and then people are going to be like, oh yeah, it's because we the fans, we won. We told Marvel Studios what we wanted. We told them we wanted James Howlett, and they finally listened to us. And the people at Marvel are sitting there like, probably with this cut too. Just because I don't care don't mean I don't understand. Is going, yep, we planned that. Woodcast is good to hear. All right, man. Yeah. Things are going well, man. Cyclops is most popular. Yeah, Wolverine is the worst character all time. Way too OP. Cap, bruh. I got mutant love, and you're all good you're all good in my book, Cap. Slow down, bro. Slow your roll. Josh Mason, I can't have the X-Men finally back home at Marvel and cut out any of the most popular original X-Men for clones like X-23. No way. Right, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If they set it up in a way where they brought her first, fans are going to be upset, people are going to be mad, people are going to talk about it. Next movie, you bring him in, bam. Done deal. Done deal. Um, but yeah, I mean, I no matter what, I want James Hallett, Logan, Wolverine. We've got to have him. We've got to have him. But then again, speaking of that, who's gonna play him? You know what I mean? Who do we have out there that's like a short dude who can really put on some mass and has the talent to come out there and be freaking just gnarly? You know what I mean? Who's out there that could do that? I know there's been a lot of fan casting so far, and I haven't really been into a whole lot of them yet. I think maybe we need somebody new, somebody a little less known, somebody a little less known than the Daniel Radcliffe that, though he has the talent and he probably has the build and could easily do it, we need somebody else. You know what I mean? I just heard that out there, and I think he'd be a good one, but yeah, we need somebody else. Um, see. I love that idea of X-23 yellow costume and all. Yeah, yeah. I need a yellow costume. She's one of my favorite characters. Often. I haven't read a whole lot with her in it, but yeah, X-23 isn't bad. Supreme Comics girl. Thank you for being here, Julie. I love X-23, but not before Logan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I totally hear you, Josh Mason. I'm right there with you. Cyclops was right. Chillmonger. We already got X-23 in a film. Feige may not want to repeat that. Yeah, and that's very true. Chillmonger's got a very good point there. And if you guys haven't checked out Chillmonger's channel, absolutely make sure you go check out Chillmonger's channel. Chillmonger's a great freaking dude. Great freaking dude, man. Great comic reviews, and he knows his shit. He does. James Marsden was solid. Yeah, yeah. Just about to make a cup of coffee. Looks like I got here in good time. James Marsden was in Hop, and that movie was way better than Sonic. You know what? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Hop or Sonic, honestly. Oh man, what's going on here? I just think freezing. Oh, what am I doing? I'm watching the wrong thing here. Hop, he's always late. At least you read all the chat. I do my best. Sometimes it skips on me and I don't get through it all. Over easy mode. Thank you so much for being here. First is Stephen Reginald Rogers. Yeah, we gotta have Steve Rogers in there, man. James Marsden in the movie Hop with an animated bunny. Yeah, yeah. I know the movie you're talking about. I just haven't seen it. Love that Savage Avengers poster. Yeah, Savage Avengers is a solid book too, man. It's a solid one. AFK Bar says, I swear you are intentionally making it impossible for me to catch your streams, Trinity. You were late again, and I gave up refreshing. Yeah, well, what's funny is I think I started at about like 8:08, like it was a little bit before 8:10, but I had it on unlisted instead of public, and that messed it all up. Wolverine is a lone wolf. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Aren't Doom and T'Challa the best leaders? We need a Doom, man. We need a Doctor Doom. Seriously. I like that Trinity does early streams because I live in Ireland, so I seem to catch him. Awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Captain, over easy aggressively says Rosenberg's uncanny X-Men saw Cyclops bummed out by his own leadership record. Poor fella has been watching YouTube videos on himself and forgetting about the various mind controls he suffered. Right? Yeah, yeah. And you're talking about the Uncanny X-Men that just ended before all the Dawn of X stuff started, right? Because I have that full series, those series of books. I haven't got through them all yet. Because I kind of fell behind, and then like everything started. Like at some point, I think I can't remember. I think I got about halfway through those 22 issues or something. I got about halfway through them, and I'm just like, oh man, like they're starting like, yeah, what am I even reading all this for then? What the hell? FK Bard, what's up? Hashtag the Stark Chef. No, I'm not going there today. Not going there today. We'll be nice. I got chocolates and coffee while listening. Sorry, I don't share the chocolate. Is it like the medicated kind? Captain Pen, yes, I have an issue of all the clone stuff and Savage Avengers. I love it. I love it. One of the best things Marvel has going. If Wolverine is OP, what's Superman? Oh, OP for sure. Yeah, yeah. Tom Hardy. You know what? I'm not big on Tom Hardy. Plus, he's kind of getting older. We need somebody that's gonna kind of be in these movies for a little while. I think. I wouldn't mind. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. If they got Tom Hardy into the MCU, one thing I will say, what they do anytime they get big names in the MCU is they're villains. Anytime you hear a big name cast, guarantee you villain. I'm actually halfway thinking that Angelina Jolie in Eternals, villain. I think she's going to be the villain. It seems that all the big names are villains. Um, Kevin Hart, Kevin Hart for Wolverine. Oh man, they're good. Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's good too. He's getting a little bit older, but he's a bit big though too, like tall wise. But I do, and I like Henry Cavill. Don't get because I like Superman, the Man of Steel. Dude, I love that movie. I think that movie's great. DC Universe is stronger, but yes, OP as well. Yeah. Aggressively says, I just want Beast to be played by some gorilla-looking dude. Real men have curves. So tired of Bryan Singer demanding every character be 150 pounds, brown-haired dude. Yeah. Believe me, I've talked about Bryan Singer. Maybe I need to go through and review all those, but Bryan Singer's X-Men was like a super safe, realistic homage to the comic books. Like, he just played it too safe. Wayne White says, what's your favorite Aftershock book? So far of the books I've read on Aftershock, I don't know. The Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated is good. Issue number 1 of Join the Future came out last month, which was great. I was looking forward to issue 2 this month. Guess not. But I would have to say my favorite so far that I've read, and I think issue 4, is it 4 or 5 is supposed to come out soon? Was supposed to come out soon? Is one called Bad Reception. That was a good one as well. They mostly do like horror, thriller type books, and I like that. But yeah, I'd say one of those two. But I have a pretty good stack of other Aftershock books that I've got to read to get through. Like, because I bought that. You could probably see that that box set, that mystery box I bought. I still got to read most of the books that came in that, as well as that Monstro Mechanica. I never read it. The graded book came in there. Yeah, I've still got to get through those. I did read through one of the Aftershock books though too. I did a review on it a while back, probably in like October, I think. But it was called World Reader. It was a good one too. It was good. It was done by the art was done by Wando, who is actually the writer, artist, letterer, colorer on Bad Reception. Good stuff. Second Street Marvel, your best is not good enough, bud. Oh man, what'd I do? What my best? What'd I do? What's with you and Kevin Hart? XR. Oh, what's it? Burke the Nerd says, who is the strongest MCU villain? We've been doing a battle bracket, and people think Thanos is the strongest still, after Dormammu and Ego. That's a good question. Thanos, well, because, I mean, obviously Thanos was pretty strong in his own right without the gauntlet and the stones. He was strong. He was a badass. But without it, was he as strong as Dormammu or Ego? The thing is Ego didn't really do much but go around and hump a bunch of alien species. He could have done a lot. Seems like he could have done a lot. But for the most part, it seems like all he did was hump other beings. Hey, and nothing wrong with that. And Dormammu, yeah. I was gonna say, I think Dormammu and Thanos they'd probably be pretty up there. I think they'd be up there. Between the two of them. You are right, though, because Dormammu and what he was doing compared to what Thanos was doing, Thanos was actually, Thanos actually had armies and all that stuff. And sure, he's a badass, but how was Thanos going to fight Dormammu? Maybe it's kind of a stalemate kind of thing. I think Dormammu would probably defeat Thanos if they were to fight like that, because without any kind of magical stuff, what's Thanos going to do to Dormammu? That's a good one. Angelina Jolie is dating the villain. Oh yeah, could be. Kevin Hart, no. Not medicated chocolate. Tried some weird chocolate in Poland and it was disgusting. It's Terry's chocolate orange. You have that in America, and I love Man of Steel too. Yeah, Man of Steel is great. A little girl from Stranger Things would have been awesome. Moon Girl. The little girl from... I haven't watched Stranger Things. I don't watch TV shows, so I can't confirm or deny that. One-time villains or ones that will carry from a movie to the next. I'm not sure if Hardy strikes me as a series deal kind of guy. He's crazy, isn't he? Or am I thinking of Leto? Um, nope, it's Leto. Ignore me. Yeah, no, Leto is crazy. I think no, Tom Hardy's a good actor too. He's a good actor. I just think when they get those bigger names out there for the MCU, they're always villains. Um, you have one dislike. I'm sorry. Oh man, it's all right. I need more. Honestly, I think a lot of the times I need more dislikes. I don't get enough dislikes, and sometimes that kind of bums me out. Sometimes that kind of bums me out. Um, like I have no haters, man. Like maybe I need to make people mad so they will come here and like hate on me and leave me dislikes and stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe I need to find some haters. You know, more than more than just aggressively relaxing who tries to act like my hater. He tries to act like my villain. But we all know aggressively is a great man. go check out Aggressively Relax's channel, man. I guarantee you're guaranteed to laugh at the videos he does. How are you handling the lockdown? I'm doing good. Where I live at, I mean, like if you go out, you got to go out and you got to have a face covering. No big deal, but I don't really go out much. Obviously, my business is hurting as far as making money because a lot of businesses are closed. So it's really come back. But then, other than that, I've been doing good. Been getting my workouts in. Been like my training schedule. I've been getting plenty of my bike rides and plenty of workouts in. Um, so other than that, mine's going good. How about you? How's yours going over easy mode? How about the rest of you guys? How's it going? I know I asked that at the beginning of the show, but a lot of you probably weren't here because I had it on unlisted. Wayne White says Black Eyed Kids was my favorite aftershock. Black Eyed Kids. That's not the one. No, I'm thinking of Baby Teeth. Black Eyed Kids. I have issue number 1 of Black Eyed Kids that came in that mystery box. I've got to read. I've heard that one was a good one. Attention, Captain on deck. What's up, brother? Yeah. Trinity LB, maybe Trinity take away your moderator spanner for disliking this live stream. Tried to make the stream the other day. It was delayed. Oh, it happens. It's all good, Cap. I saw you. More supportive than a sports bra. Entropy herself is the strongest Marvel villain. She just waits and wins. Right? Right? Let's see. Is anybody else getting is it lagging? Okay, and that's what I was wondering too because as I say it might be because I know on my OBS it says everything is fine, but on my desktop here it's showing that like it's all like kind of like laggy and stuff. So I don't know. You guys let me know. It could be because the internet everywhere is all crappy. Oh yeah, it might be laggy because right now it's not even wanting to reload the studio screen here. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't have hit that. Maybe I shouldn't have hit that. Uh oh, I'm gonna have to get here on my phone to see what you guys are saying in the chats now. It looks like see if my phone internet will even work. Oh come on, man. Oh god, dude. Sometimes I hate these things, man. Like the phone apps and all that stuff. They're all testy. So let's see. Um, okay, so let's see. We're at next. I'll be here now, like you, Trinity. Hey, it's Chillmonger. I'm about to listen to your podcast after this. Yeah, I gotta go back. I still haven't listened to any of those. That's two of my favorite dudes, Chillmonger and Professor Bill. I gotta see that. How dare you be so kind to people, Trinity? How dare you not have beef with people I have beef with, bastard! Yeah, LB says I can teach you how to get haters. Yes, LB. Yes. Oh man. Okay, and hear me out. I think Base Thanos is weaker than Ebony Maw. Reference both of their fights to Doctor Strange in Infinity War. I don't know about that, but I'll do that. I'll take that into consideration. Ebony Maw effortlessly defeats and restrains Doctor Strange while deflecting attacks from Iron Man and Spider-Man. And it could be a skill set, but Doctor Strange fought toe-to-toe with a decent amount of time with Thanos when he had 2 or 3 Infinity Stones. I think Ebony Maw respects Thanos' leadership, but is actually stronger. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of it is situational, but I think I mean, you could be onto something there. You could be onto something. And let me know if that is still lag. Oh man, yeah. That still hasn't reloaded for me. That's crazy. Um, I like Ebony. Yeah, I like Ebony Maw too, though. I like Ebony Maw too. Um, when you starting your Black Widow theories, you know, and I was just gonna say, let's go ahead and get into those. Now, what I wanted to talk about was Black Widow. Like I said, I was watching. There we go. It finally loaded back up. I was watching E-Man's movie review. You guys should definitely go check out his channel. You don't have to tell him I sent you or anything, man. You know, it's all good. If you do, it's all good. It's nothing about like that. But go check out his channel. Good channel. Good dude. But he did this video here over the weekend talking about some of his expectations for the Black Widow movie and some of the things he don't want to see, some of the things he does want to see. And I got to tell you that there was something that he brought up in the movie about the movie that kind of made me start thinking about some stuff, and I'm like, yes, yes. I don't think you have to worry about that. One of the things he was bringing up was about he don't want the movie to be like Captain America Winter Soldier. And I get that because that's kind of what it looks like. It looks like that spy espionage type of film like Captain America Winter Soldier was, right? It looks like it's very similar because, you know, Black Widow, she don't have superpowers or anything, right? She's pretty much just human. And where Captain America, he does, you know, and just kind of how it was all revealed. He kind of broke down the video about like how he don't want it to be just that, where you know, you're finding out he's going against a shadow organization, which is, you know, obviously Hydra, which has infiltrated Shield, and finds out that it was Bucky, his best friend, who he was fighting against, who was the Winter Soldier. And I'm like, I get that. I don't want to see that again. But also, I don't think that's anything that you have to worry about because I don't think they're going to do that again. But it started to make me think about what is going on here because he was talking about, you know, possibly where we see that maybe Rachel Weisz is going to be Iron Maiden. And she would be essentially the bad guy in this film who was a friend of Natasha Romanoff's, you know, the kind of double cross thing, you know, even if she's being mind controlled by Hydra here, just like Bucky was, right? Maybe, you know. But I was starting to think like, I don't think they're going to do that. I think we're safe there. Because one thing we got to remember, this is Marvel we're talking about. You go back and take a look at this interview from Jack Bauer. Jack Bauer is the writer. Yeah, I know, you're thinking 24, right? It was written by Jack Bauer, and she did this interview where she was talking about she wanted to write something different. Kind of like, she's not into the whole guns, bang, bang, shoot 'em up type of thing, you know, killing people. She wanted to create different alternatives. And we can see that there's other alternatives out there, right? But it also made me think of the mindset of this writer, right? And how, like, she wouldn't want this, you know, if this is like another female superhero movie in the MCU, she don't want a movie where our bad guy is going to be a female and then we got females fighting females, right? We can't have that. It's got to be the female that is going up against the man bad guy. It's got to be a man, right? So naturally, what I think is going to be is something like this might come out where Rachel Weisz's character is actually the bad guy or a bad guy in the film. You know, she's going to be one of the antagonists. But I do believe that she's going to be probably mind controlled by the man, right? And come on, I'm not saying anything outrageous. I'm not saying it's because Marvel's woke or anything like that. But we can see, you know, the direction they're kind of going with a lot of things, you know, just things that we've seen from the production team, from the producers, and different things like that. I think this could possibly be just my speculation here of things that we're looking at here, where Rachel Weisz is going to be one of the bad guys, but she is going to be mind controlled by the evil man. And like I said, I'm not going to act like, you know, like they're saying, rich white man bad, he control woman to fight friend. But I think it is going to be a thing where there's going to be some double crossing going on, and it's all probably going to come down in the end. Maybe, it turns out that they are actually enemies. They go up fighting against each other. Maybe Rachel Weisz's character ends up dying and everything, but she's sitting there with her dying breath, and I didn't want to double cross you, Natasha, but they were controlling me. It was it was right, something like that. And that's just what I'm thinking, because they won't, because it'll be, yeah. Like I said, I'm not saying it's because like outrageous stuff because Marvel's woke or all that stuff, but I do think just by listening to the writer and kind of where she wanted to take things, I do think that could be a possibility where we have that character who is possibly crossing her, but I don't think the end result is going to be the bad guy. But also, that was kind of his hesitation, was that they're basically replaying on that trope, and I think maybe that's where maybe they're going to do something a little bit different from that. I mean, who knows? Maybe we find out that the Taskmaster is actually being controlled by Rachel Weisz's character. Maybe she actually is Iron Maiden. Maybe she's the bad guy, and she's using the other. Maybe she's using the man to fight her. Maybe that's why she's using Taskmaster to fight her. Right? I don't know. I don't know. Just a thought. Let's see. XR Coon says at Lonely it will be an hour plus till your response to my comment. Oh no! What I missed there? I must have missed something. It's not lagging. My son changed the video speed to 0.75, so I thought it was lag. Oh, okay. It's been perfect. Okay. It only took 30 plus minutes to get to the theory somehow. That is more than Josh somehow. I know. Well, it's because I was interacting with you all. We start like I don't know, man. And we started talking about comic books, and you start getting me started talking about comic books, dude. I'm gonna nerd out. I have been feeling the Black Widow movie is going to be like Salt, the Angelina Jolie movie. Yeah, and I was gonna say, and that's the thing, is we've got to go back and look at where are they taking the inspiration for this movie from, because we can see that throughout the MCU they've kind of went through and broke into these genre films and kind of broke them all down and reinvented them in a way. Like go take a look at the Ant-Man movies, both of them really, but look at both of those movies, especially like the first one. What is it like? You ever see Romancing the Stone? And who's in Romancing the Stone? Is that Michael Douglas? Michael Douglas that plays Hank Pym? It's just like that. So it makes me wonder if this is going to be one of those kind of movies, or considering, maybe we got Ray Winstone in here. We don't know who he is, right? I'm pretty sure he's going to be General Dreykov, who used to be in control of the Red Room. Maybe it's going to end up being one of those like Scorsese type of gangster movies here, where because we're dealing with like the Russians and stuff like that, the Soviets. Maybe it's going to be one of those type of movies, but I don't know. It could be. It could be. Even if they made it like a James Bond type of spy movie, that's still different than what they did with Captain America Winter Soldier as well, because those were I don't think that James Bond really fits in the whole spy espionage type of thing, like the other films that one was taken, Winter Soldier was taking after. I don't think it's as much like those films as like James. I don't think James Bond is as much like those. I'm from Central PA, but I spent some time working in Ireland. I still see it as a second home. Nice. But yeah, I was gonna say, and that's the thing. Like Over Easy Mode said, we gotta find like what movies are out there that look like they're gonna be a similar setup to what this movie is. You gotta think a movie where you got people being brainwashed, turned into secret agents, and God, what else? What else would there be? Like what genre movies are out there like that? He'll read your message in 45 minutes. No, I won't. No, I won't. I'm not reading it now. Dang it. Which message? Which one? Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking. Okay. Um, what about my Irish accent, DKOT? Oh man, okay. You talking? Okay. Hank Pym is getting kind of old. Yeah, he is. He is. Yes, Romancing the Stone was Michael Douglas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Michael. Yeah, and I love that. Michael Douglas is great. Romancing the Stone is great. God, what was the second one of those that came out? There was Romancing the Stone, and the next one was Jewel of the Nile. That was another good one too. Both of those were great movies. Um, love those movies. Oh, hello there, says Perry Comics. They're gonna be Black Widow fight. They're gonna be a Black Widow fight at platform 9 3/4. Right. Oh yeah, yeah. The Bourne Identity. Yeah, that's certainly one they could certainly take some of those tropes off of. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Bourne Identity. Very well could be. I think Black Widow kicks more ass than Jason Bourne does. To be quite honest with you. Um, okay, so let's get back here and see what that XR Coon's comment was. When you start? Oh, was it the when are you starting the Black Widow theories? That one? Was it that one? Or was there another one? Um, talk politics. You will get haters. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh hell, I don't even have to talk politics. I could probably just start sharing my views on spanking children and get haters. Um, yeah, I could probably. You know what I mean? It's funny too because I'll tell you it pretty much comes down to this when it comes to the spanking children thing. People always say people need to spank their children more. I was spanked when I was a child and I'm just fine. Look at me, I'm okay. Because ultimately, every time I see one of those, I end up thinking, no, you're not. You're not okay. I wasn't spanked much as a child. My mom did most of that, but I can tell you one thing: it never did was worked. You know what? Like my children. I mean, um, I haven't spanked them, but when my children do some dumb shit that I feel like I need to talk to them, something that might be spank worthy. You know what I've done every single time, even when they were little babies, was I sat there and I pulled them aside and I talked to them. I talked sense to them. You know what I mean? You know. And I'm not one of those hippie parents that don't tell their kids no, but I always tried to find a way around a no. Can I have some candy? Well, you probably shouldn't because you're going to get cavities. But if you want a piece, go right ahead. And I'm not saying, and that's just a small example. I'm not saying I guilt trip them and stuff like that. But like just like things like when they're say they're getting ready to put something in the light socket in the plug-in, like I don't say no. I just say, ooh, don't do that because what's gonna happen is gonna shock you, and all that kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? See, we start talking about that kind of stuff, we'll get some haters here real quick. If I want to get into, maybe we could get into the whole situation going on right now, and we could pick that apart. Ooh, that would piss people off. You know what I mean? Because if you're not freaking out, apparently you don't care, and you're not taking it seriously, and you want people to die. We could go into that. We could go into how silly I find it that people are buying out all the disinfectant sprays and sanitizing wipes and all that stuff out at the store, and you can't find them anywhere because people are worried. They're going out and they're constantly cleaning their house and stuff. Ooh, oh my god, oh my god, I'm gonna get sick. I better bathe myself and wipe myself down with all these disinfecting wipes because this virus is just hanging out in my house. It's just been hanging out there for a long time, and now all of a sudden it's gonna get me, so better go sanitize everything. That would get me some haters, right? Because isn't that silly? Like, I haven't been in contact with anybody who has it. I haven't come into contact with anything that has it. So I better go disinfect my whole house and disinfect it. Like, I'm like, no! Are you knucking futs? AFK Bard with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Says my sister explains. My sister explains why rather than saying don't. She is so much smarter for it. Yelling scares kids and intimidates. It doesn't teach. It trains. Right? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's the one thing. Like I always talk to my kids. I have always talked to my kids like they were smart, like they understood what I was saying because I believe they do. I never goo goo gaga'd my kids, but the thing is yeah, like I'd never like yell at him like, oh no, like just saying, whoa, whoa, hey, what are you doing? You're gonna get hurt. Stop. Stop doing that. And then explain to him why. Just explain to him why. And like I said, it's not one of those hippie things like, oh, I don't want, if I spank my kid. Like, the spanking kids thing is just ridiculous. You don't have to spank your kids. Because I always felt like this when it comes down to those kinds of things. You know? When they're young enough, they don't know any better. And you need to teach them better. Right? Spanking's not going to help that. Teach them better first before you give them a spanking. And then by the time they're to the age where you should be able to spank them, by the time they're to the age where they understand the world and they probably deserve a spanking for doing stupid shit or anything like that, you've already failed as a parent. You failed as a parent pretty much, and spanking your kid's not going to do any good anyway. You've already lost that battle. You already lost that battle. You're kind of behind already. You're already behind, so but that's if you ask me. That's the kind of stuff, if I did videos about that and talked about that, I would definitely get some dislikes for sure. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Consent of the Stone, War of the Roses. Those three always did great films together. Yeah, War of the Roses. Yeah, yeah. That was, yeah. Wasn't that the, didn't Bruce Willis, isn't that where he started peeing inside of the oven? Didn't he? Yeah. Making the story similar to others isn't a bad thing. Lots of people draw pictures of landscapes, but some are better than others. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying. That's what Marvel does, seems to do with their movies, is they make them something that's similar. Like they take this movie over here, and the movie they want to do, they do something similar with it. You know what I mean? Like a genre type of film, like a genre type of film. That's what they do. Yeah, yeah. XR Coon says, yeah. Burke the nerd says, Black Widow and end credit scene theory. Taskmaster is in prison in the raft. Ross approaches and talks to him about joining a team as an offer to get him out of there. He turns from facing the wall. But doesn't respond. Camera pans out like the raft scene during Civil War. The cells next to him: Abomination, the Leader, and Zemo. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Peter Colabucci, thank you so much for being here. Doing well. How are you doing today? I hope all is going well. Chillmonger says, parent well, and you don't need to spank. Just keep away from the head. Right, right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Very true, man. Very true. Just like I said, I always talk to my kids like they understood what I'm saying. You know why? Because they learn from me. You know what I mean? They learn how to speak from me. They learn how to talk from me. They learn words from me. They learn mommy, daddy. They learn our names. They learn things from us. So naturally, I would think that no matter what I had to do, no matter what I had to say, they're going to listen and learn. Yeah, absolutely. It's so weird how that works, right? It's so weird. It's so weird. You know? So weird. A toddler getting a tiny spank to learn negative feedback is one thing. Once they're making sentences, different story. I don't even think you need the negative feedback for a tiny spank on a toddler. I don't even think you need that. I mean, I've never done it to my kids. Like I said, anytime they were doing something, we just go tell them like, hey, you don't want to do this for these reasons. This is bad. I think it's worked. No need to spank kids when you got a pistol, says LB. Oh man, where's all the "this is why we need stricter gun laws" comments at? Get the belt. The worst punishment for a kid: take their stuff away. Depends on their imagination, honestly. Respective views on parenting. I got a 10-year-old and he a handful. Oh yeah, yeah. My daughter, she's oh man, she's 10 now. She's 9. She's gonna be 10. She's gonna be 10. Man, crazy, right? They get old too fast. Dad never spanked me. Mom tore my ass up. I'm good. Wouldn't change it. Now as a dad of 2, never spanked either of them once. Yeah, yeah. See, and that was for me too. Like my dad, he never spanked me or anything like that. It was all good, especially during the formative years. It was all my mom, but even I think when I was a kid, like a youngster, like a baby, like I don't think I was ever spanked at all. Like maybe when I was a little older, a little more defiant. Maybe kind of like that age I'm talking about. I think I did, but not like stuff where they were like beating me or anything like that. It was kind of like, hey, like you better wake your ass up and listen to me. Facts. Shoot them kids. I smack my kid with a shovel. Works every time. Yeah, yeah, right. F them kids, man. Oh man. I'm all about 60th trimester termination. Oh man, you guys are cracking me up. Who needs a belt when a whip works fine? Ooh, whoops. Are we talking about disciplining your child again, or being in a dungeon and getting disciplined yourself? Um, we're Indiana Jones. Baby talk is half the reasons why kids grow up and barely speak English. Oh yeah, for sure. Um, okay. Mom, I'm taking your Sega. Me, can't you just hit me instead? Right. Well, see, and I was talking about that one day too. Like my father, when I did something stupid, he used to set me down and he used to sit us down and give us a stern talking to. You know what? And I always remember sitting there saying, "Can you just like hit me instead or something instead of talking and making sense and making me feel like I'm 2 inches tall and I'm an idiot and I'm stupid? Could you just hit me instead, please?" Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So Black Widow, getting back to Black Widow. What else could it be like? I like that. They was talking about like the Jason Bourne movies. Um, I like that idea too because Jason modeling them off of that is certainly a good idea. Because that's like I said, that's what they've done a lot in the Marvel universe. Is kind of and I don't think they've really remade any of the genre type movies that they've kind of went and based themselves off of. And at some point they're going to have to because there's not enough different genre type films like that to do. But at the same time, that's when you kind of reinvent one where you take and maybe you do that. What is it the kids call it these days? A mashup where you take two genres and you mash them together. I guess that's essentially what they're doing in the first place. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's what they do. Is maybe they take a spy espionage and mash it up with a I don't know, something else. But Black Widow is one I'm looking forward to, and you know, as we've seen, in case you guys didn't see, going into the weekend, they finally announced that they're pushing back their slate of films. Pretty much everything's just falling back to what it was before. It seems like everything is pretty much just bumping back 6 months, right? For the most part, but it makes me wonder, like with the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, some of these shows and things like that. Did they announce where those are going to come out? Because I wonder where they're going to make that all fall at. That's gonna be interesting to see how that all plays out. I mean, are they just gonna drop Falcon and Winter Soldier in, like, say December then, or are they gonna wait till the beginning of the year? I don't know. Um, Black Widow is going to set up the immediate future of the MCU. I'm telling you. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think so as well. Well, I think it's going to be setting up a lot of stuff for things that are happening on Earth, and it might actually tie into some of the things that are going to be happening out in space as well. Disney Plus was delayed too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I figured they'd be delayed, but like how far? That's what I don't know. That's what I didn't really pay attention to is how far did they delay those as well? Are they pushing them off like by the same schedule? Like pretty much keeping the schedule the same and just shifting everything down, which is interesting with when it comes to the other shows because we know that there was talks that the production of those had been coming around really fast. It was happening a lot faster than they had done, and that's when they started moving everything up because a lot of it was happening faster than they had thought, which makes sense. Which makes sense because you got to think you're not doing as high a budget of a TV show. They're already very efficient at making these movies. You put a lot of those same production teams and everything in charge of the shows, so you've already got people experienced in doing what they're doing. And then obviously when you're doing a lot of this stuff, you got to make your production teams bigger. You get this one person who's been around for a long time, and you get them working with other people and kind of training people, like here's what we do, here's the expectation. Maybe that person begins to take on a more managerial type of role, overseeing more things, where they're kind of in charge of one thing that they're doing. Maybe you're in charge of the movie, and then you're kind of overseeing the TV show and working with those couple people that you have there doing the stuff there in your normal realm of stuff. So it's really hard to say, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand. Like that's what it's kind of unclear is where they're going with the TV shows with the rest of it. Because I think there's a whole lot of great stuff that's going to be coming out of the Disney Plus shows, especially coming out of Black Widow. Because I guarantee you, Black Widow is going to be tying into the Falcon and Winter Soldier series in some sort of way. I mean, not only because like Black Widow was a good friend of Steve Rogers. We can also see that she also has a history, we know, with the Winter Soldier. We also know that she worked a lot with Falcon. All these guys were basically doing the Secret Avengers thing throughout the time after Civil War. They were all out there, and we know that just from stuff that was happening in the comic books. What was it, the Prelude issue to? Was it the Captain Marvel Prelude issue? I think it was Captain. I can't remember if it was the Captain Marvel Prelude issue or if it was the Infinity War one, where we seen that they were actually going out there and they were kind of doing some of the work that where they were actually doing some of the work. Not that that Damage Control would normally be in charge of going out there and rounding up stuff from these fights and these battles. They were kind of doing that. Is what they were doing, going out and getting some more dangerous artifacts and stuff like that. Like they went out and I think in the comic book they had recovered a Chitauri dirty bomb, is what they were calling it. They were out doing a lot of that. So a lot of things that were really going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. And God, who was it that brought up about the thing on Raft and all of that stuff? I think that's highly possible because that actually, if they have all those villains there and you're talking about the Thunderbolts, them setting up the Thunderbolts, that actually plays into a lot of the theories that I've had going on here on the channel anyway, with things where I was talking about like last week about them doing like the assault on Pleasant Hill. Because Pleasant Hill was basically that virtual prison that Maria Hill and S.H.I.E.L.D. had created with Kobik, where they changed the realities of these villains and kept them imprisoned in a place in a small town, kind of like what was that movie? You know what movie it was? That movie with Reese Witherspoon and Tobey Maguire. It was all kind of like that. Where they all believed they were like, hey, I'm running an ice cream shop. Hey, I'm running mechanic shops. And hey, I just happen to be like one of the world's biggest, craziest murdering villains, like types like that. And then they broke out and eventually trapped the Avengers in there. I think that's something that's very possible to be set up with all of this stuff that's going on, with everything that's going on here. You get all of those villains together, and we can see that when we seen the Raft originally, it was all good guys that were on there. We didn't see any villains, right? We didn't see any actual villains. So it makes me wonder if maybe, just maybe they had a separate prison for the villains. Because we seen like at the end of what was it, Civil War, where they took Zemo, where they were going to take Bucky, the kind of containers that they were in and stuff like that. It didn't look like they were taking them to the Raft. You know what I mean? It seemed like a very different thing. Also, I said because Zemo himself isn't really super powered, and the Raft is for super powered people. Zemo's not really super powered, and honestly, which could easily be brought up, that Sam Wilson isn't neither, and neither is actually really most of those people that were in the lockup on the Raft, none of them were superheroes. Or I mean, they were superheroes, but none of them were super powered. Huh. So maybe they were. But maybe they actually have a different prison for for those guys. And maybe that's Pleasant Hill, and maybe that's what we got going on. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what we've got. Maybe that's what we find out in the Captain. Maybe that's what we find out in Falcon and Winter Soldier, is that they've actually got Maybe we find out they've actually got this prison there. Maybe we find out they've actually got Pleasant Hill, and that's already playing out. And maybe that's where Zemo is. You know what I mean? Maybe that's where Zemo is, and maybe he starts breaking out of there. Maybe Bucky gets put in there. Maybe, shit, man, I don't know. Now, see, now my mind's starting to go wild thinking about even more of this stuff, man. Um, yeah, I don't know. Let's see what everybody else in here is saying. Um, let's see. I will take Black Widow in any form. ScarJo, oh yeah, definitely, and yeah, Scarlett Johansson. She's just a beautiful woman. Anyway, they won't show Falcon and Winter Soldier until Black Widow comes out. Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Okay, what I miss here? Maybe some kids can roll it off their shoulders, but other kids aren't like that or take it to heart and can be affected for life. Oh man, I must have. That was what we were talking about earlier. Good, but it doesn't mean the spanking didn't affect them negatively. Oh yeah, exactly. Black Widow is going to set up the immediate future of the MCU. I'm telling, yeah, absolutely. Disney minus says DKOT. They would probably wait to announce if those delay for fear of loss of subscriptions. Yeah, true. Sorry, I don't want it to be. I just wanted to... Yeah. No, you're all good, AFK Bard. They won't show Falcon and Winter Soldier until Black Widow comes out. Yeah, absolutely. Wait, a delay was announced? Yeah, the delay of the films, of the MCU films was announced, which obviously comes with the delay of the streaming shows at some point, but how delayed, I don't know. But yeah, definitely Black Widow in any form. LB says, the only negative thing a kid gets from a pistol whipping is maybe a lost tooth, depending if the baby teeth gone or not. Oh, yeah, she's going to be sexy into her 60s. Love me some ScarJo. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, I've had a thing for her. Yeah, for a long time. And that's okay because she's like right around my same age. Okay, I think there's like 5 years difference, 6 years. She was born in '84. I was born a few years before that. I haven't seen anything about the shows getting delayed, but they never had specific dates in the first place, so I'm sure they're getting delayed anyway. Well, I do know that Falcon Winter Soldier was supposed to be coming out in August, apparently. Castaway taught me the ice skates maneuver, right? Yeah, the ice skate maneuver, yeah. With the tooth. Ooh. Yeah. I'm guessing you're not talking about the coconut thing. Yeah. You're making me hurt, man. A history, you say? I have heard about Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision. I'm assuming it's all tied together. Yeah, I think so. I think that Black Widow is still alive. Oh yeah, me too. That's been my theory the whole time, is that Black Widow is still alive or has been reborn. Agreed, that's why they couldn't bring her back. Yeah. And that's something I've talked about here before on the show plenty of times about, why they couldn't bring her back is because she wasn't dead. Burke the Nerd says, hey, I've got to go. I will be back in the future. Love the content, man. Keep it up. And y'all in the chat are hilarious. See you. Well, thank you for being here, Burke the Nerd. I think, I was going to say, I think it's the first time I've seen you here. Greatly appreciate you being here. I think maybe you found your way here by way of, maybe it was the Den of Nerds Live that sent you here. And I greatly appreciate that. Take it easy, Burke. You can bring Black Widow back by taking her from another time. Yeah, they could do that. Thunderbolt and Dark Avengers, absolutely. Tony dead anyway. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna keep from saying anything. But yeah, Tony Stark is dead. I'm out of coffee to take a sip. I'm out of coffee to take a sarcastic sip of coffee. So I'll do it with water. XR Coon, thank you so much. Just subscribed. The Cube. The Cube. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the movie? The Cube? Big House. The Cube. Hawkeye, says Chillmonger. Yeah, Hawkeye. You really want that? Think it'll work? I am True Skills? What's that? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Hawkeye deserves more love. Yeah, I think Hawkeye does deserve. Like, I don't think that Hawkeye is like one of the biggest, best characters out there, but he's a pretty significant character in the Marvel universe. I mean, he's definitely done some stuff. I think he deserves a little bit more love. But what they did with him in Endgame was great. Um, Honestly, I hope Black Widow goes to Disney Plus. Oof, no, no, no. I mean, it will eventually. But no, no, no. I do not want to see it for the first time at home. At home. Home Alone 3. What? Oh man, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Home Alone 3. Um, but yeah, yeah, no Disney Plus, no Disney Plus here. Like eventually it'll get on there and I'll watch it there. But yeah, no, I want to see it for the big on the big screen. I want everything on Disney. It gives more time to tell stories. Yeah, certainly. Why not, LB? I want a Cool Runnings prequel. We need one. Make Cool Runnings great again. Aggressively says, what jobs would you have the MCU villains ironically doing in a Pleasant Hill movie? Whiplash owns a pet shop specialized in birds, and the Vulture is a trash man. Yes, that works. That works. Maybe. Ooh, we've got to get Deadpool in there, right? Shouldn't Deadpool be in there too? Locked up as and maybe we never see that he's actually Deadpool. Um, and 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 maybe he's the mechanic and he wants to check your oil. Um, the Madagascar bobsled team. No, I wouldn't mind it going to Disney Plus. Well, it'll eventually get to Disney Plus. Um, Trinity, I have no video ideas. Man, talk about some comic books, bro. Like all kinds of stuff. You figure something out. Daniel Asher says all the villains are at a facility getting spanked by their parent figures. XR Coon says no Taylor Lane. No, I haven't checked it out. I haven't even tried it. I'm on that. I'm on that BRCC. I'm on that BRCC. They introduced parallel universes, so they will bring back Tony and other versions of characters. They are introducing the idea with Scarlet Witch and also teased alternate timelines in Endgame. Absolutely, yeah. Oh, I'm totally there with you. I know that's something a whole lot of people don't want. Want like we can just go back and snap our fingers and turn back time and all this stuff. And I don't think they're gonna play on that much. I don't think they are going to play on the whole going back to different timelines in the sense of bringing characters back from the dead and all that stuff. I don't think they're going to do that for those reasons. I think it's something that like a lot of people talk about, like, oh, with time travel they could do whatever they want. It's just so lazy. I think if they do anything with all those kinds of things, the alternate realities, the time, different time stuff like that, I think they're going to use it in ways to make it interesting, not as a way to bring back dead characters. I don't think they're gonna. I just don't think they're going to be doing that. I think if anything, they would use like all the different realities and stuff like that as a way, more as a way to just help the story, not to actually not as lazy fixes, if you know what I mean. I don't know, maybe you know what I don't think they're going to use it in a lazy way for things like that. I think they'll do it to keep things interesting, not to bring back dead characters or just fix things like that. Maybe little stuff, but yeah. Hashtag the Vanko Sham. I like it. Love it, Will Gentry. They're introducing. Okay, yeah, that's one I just read. Race swap every character in a Cool Runnings remake. Oh man. So we're gonna have. Okay, let's see if you get this one. So we're gonna have a bunch. We're gonna have a bunch of Chris Froomes out there on the Jamaican bobsledding team instead of the Jamaicans. We're gonna. If you find out who Chris Froome is, maybe you might get that. ScarJo's first big movie was Ha 3, HA3. What's HA3? Ha 3. What's HA3? First thing I remember seeing ScarJo in was The Horse Whisperer. That's the first thing I remember her being in. After that, I definitely remember she was in Ghost World. Anybody see Ghost World? Lost in Translation. Great movie. Can't remember what else. Chillmonger says branch realities. Yeah. Branch realities. Deadpool works at a jail. AFK Bart says cameos from alternate universes. Not for big roles. More like, oh my God, it's so and so. Yeah. Right. Cool Runnings 2 would be Greenland bobsledders failing to qualify for the Winter Olympics. They decide to become 4x100 relay runners and make it to the Summer Olympics. Yes, there you go, LB. There you go. LB got it, man. LB got it. He got me sold. Yeah, you got me sold with that shit, man. That's good. They also win the gold, and Jamaica trips them so they don't win. Love it. That actually does sound great, dude. That actually does sound great. That sounds good. A chill marker says if they bring Tony from another reality, then that reality just lost its original. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Certainly. That's a good idea, LB. I love it. See, LB got ideas, man. Did you already write that script? Dude, like, Hollywood likes doing remakes and reboots, right? Why not just sell them a sequel? Right? I know who Chris Froome is. The man is a beast. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Chris Froome is the freaking. I think he's a doper. I think he's a Lance Armstrong, but that's okay because the rest of them are too. But yeah. If anybody knows who Chris Froome is, Will Gentry, certainly you should, because I know he rides for the. He was riding. For Team Sky, who was, they're from your neck of the woods. But Chris Froome was actually, his descent is, I believe, I can't remember his descent, but he's actually from, where is he from? He's actually, was actually raised, I think he was actually born and raised in a part of Africa. I can't remember where, but yeah. Yeah. Chris Froome, man. He is a beast too, man. He's a beast. Call the Greenland Sprinters movie Hot Slidings. Hot Slidings sounds like a porn parody. I'm just saying. Just sounds like a porn parody. Hot Sliding. I feel like there's a script. Yeah, totally. LB says they might make a video about Cool Runnings too. Yeah. Do it. Is it gonna be like a deep fake or something? Please do. Yeah, that would be great. How dare you say that about you? You say that about my countryman. Hashtag disavow. Right. That's funny. But anyway, guys, I guess that's all I really got. Started this stream off, and I want to say thank you again to AFK Bard for the $5 super chat. Greatly do appreciate that, especially in these times. Much appreciated. We started off the top of the hour, talking about, I was just flapping my gums, saying hello to everybody and talking about some comic books. We kind of got into some comic book stuff. But then we got into some of this Black Widow stuff after somebody got me on track for what I wanted to do after interacting with you all in the live chats. Kind of talked about the Black Widow and some speculation from a video that I had watched from E-Man's movie reviews. Go check out E-Man. I believe he is based out of Chicago. Go check out his videos. Pretty cool dude. He does a lot of movie reviews and things like that. And pretty cool guy. But he released a video talking about Black Widow and some of the things he don't want to see in the movie. Some of his fears for it, which I totally get where he was coming from, and it kind of made me think about some things as well that I would like, just some of my speculations and stuff for the movie. I didn't really get into any kind of deep theories, but there are some other things that I want to get into eventually regarding some of this stuff. But anyway, he was born in Kenya to Brit parents and grew up there in South Africa. Okay, yeah, I knew it was something like that. Yeah, okay, yeah, it was Kenya. Yeah, right, yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, and he is a beast, dude. Like, if you guys go back and watch Chris Froome, look him up, watch some of his Tour de France wins, just some of the stuff that he's been through in the Tour de France, man. He's definitely proven himself. I'm not like a big fan of his, but dude is a beast, man. He is a friggin' beast, man. For sure. I mean, he's no Alberto Contador or Lance Armstrong, but of course these guys were no, they were no, any of those other famous cyclists. Good stuff. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for being here today. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel. I've got, like I said, I've still got to, you can see those stacks of comic books over there. I've still got to do some reviews on. But I've been trying to switch some things up. If you guys are a Patreon supporter, make sure you go check out the Patreon channel. There are links. Are there? I don't think there's links down in the description on this one yet. I'll make sure I get those there. But go check out my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Second Street Marvel. Go check it out. Going to be doing the Patreon live stream probably. We'll probably do the Patreon exclusive live stream tomorrow. Because there's a whole lot of things going on today. Just with other live streams and things. So we'll probably do a Patreon exclusive live stream tomorrow. So make sure you go check that out. But thank you guys all so much for being here. I do greatly appreciate it. I hope you're all having a very good day. No new comic books, so we're still gonna be talking about comic books maybe on Wednesday and see what's going on. Maybe we'll do some reviews on some comic books, and I'll let you know what other books out there you guys can go out there and read for comic books if your LCS is still open. Books that you can read while you are at home quarantined. But thank you all so much for being here. You all have a very good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.